Hello everyone, today we have an awesome replay coming in from one of our subscribers, Fenrack. He is a player from Germany and a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel. And we will be casting a ZvP with him versus PhoenixJoe. So, let's go ahead and get into it. Or not? Alright, in the top right hand corner, playing as the red protoss, this is PhoenixJoe. In the bottom left hand corner, playing as the blue Zerg, the submitter of the replay himself, this is Fenrack. We have some nice pleasantries being exchanged by the players here. Nice little good luck, have fun between the two of them. Now, as stated previously, Fenrack is a German player, so this should be a ladder match on the EU server. Fenrack sending his overlord out to scout, taking the expansion. Should be followed up by a gas and a pool here. Very standard gameplay. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, PhoenixJoe being super greedy, going for Nexus first. This is potentially very dangerous for PhoenixJoe. Any kind of early pull will kill this immediately. Following it up with a gateway, but Fenrack playing very standard hatch gas pull will not be able to really punish this the way someone who went pull first would. A second gateway going down for PhoenixJoe as a second gas is finishing up as well. This looks like it's going to be a very early tech transition for our Protoss player. Fenrack with the spawning pool finished. Starts up 2 queens immediately. Very standard play from our Zerg. And once this cybernetic score finishes up for PhoenixJoe, we will see what kind of tech he chooses. He has a lot of gas in the bank, but not very many minerals at the moment. On the other side of the map, Fenrack using his queens to begin to spread creep, inject on the main so he can get his drone count up. Doing a really nice job putting himself ahead here. Third base about to go down for Fenrack. Focus on drones. Making sure that he has a nice strong economy. Has the 4 Zerglings that he made earlier just sitting out in front of the Protoss's base, making sure that nothing comes to kill him. A little micro from Fenrack pulls the Zerglings away. And we can see that a Stargate is being built for PhoenixJoe along with some sentry. Now, warp research is not on the way from the cybernetic score here. So these gateways will remain normal gateways for now as the Stargate is finishing in the third base. Semi-hidden third base for PhoenixJoe is finishing up with 2 more gases. This is a super gas heavy economy that PhoenixJoe is focusing on. Meanwhile, Fenrack moving into Evolution Chamber and a Roach Warren. Looks like he's preparing to go into a nice little Roach push. And we'll see if it's a 3-base Roach push or a 2-base Roach push. While he does have this, he doesn't have workers mining yet, so we'll find out very shortly. But it does appear like it's going to be a 2-base. Using this essentially as a macro hatch only. No economy being mined here, as the roaches are already out in the field. The Void Ray for PhoenixJoe moving towards the Zerg player, looking to find some damage. Spots the Zerglings moving out. And PhoenixJoe on top of his micro makes sure that the Void Ray doesn't spend a lot of time chasing the Zerglings, but instead goes and tries to get some damage done. Kills a creep tumor. Just a little bit annoying. Not too dangerous, but nice harassment nonetheless from PhoenixJoe. And with carriers in production, PhoenixJoe is actually taking a really strong tech choice here. The roaches that Fenrack built will not be able to attack any of the air. And since it's going to be Sky Toss, this could be very dangerous for our Zerg player. You also see that 1/1 air upgrades and the shield upgrades are on the way for PhoenixJoe. He's really devoted to his Sky Toss. Carriers out in the field. Meanwhile, Fenrack pulling some drones onto his second gas in his main. Finally has his 3rd base saturated. Does need the gases saturated, but that's all right. He's working on it a little bit at a time. Oh, there we go. Nice little transfer there. And the Void Ray looking for an Overlord, but does not get one as the Queens push the Void Ray back. Ooh, the drone going to take a 4th base. Does get killed by the Void Ray. And the 4th base will be delayed a little bit. Zerglings on the other side of the map for Fenrack. Sitting right outside the 3rd and 4th bases. Nice little spot to see if something moves out over here, but I don't think he knows about this top left base yet. Hydra in production for Fenrack finally. Has some Ravagers as well. Made use of the early roaches that he built. But really needs to make sure that he has enough of an answer for the Sky Toss. Not a lot of scouting has gone down. We look at the players' perspectives. The protoss does know exactly how many bases Fenrack is on, but Fenrack does not know about the top or the top 2 bases on the left here. The 3rd or the 4th. Alright, Fenrack moving forward, breaking the rocks. Creating a more clear-cut attack path. Moves forward and is going to find a lot of carriers right away. Some corrosive vials go down, kill a sentry, do a little bit of damage on the cybernetics core, which gets chrono boosted to allow the +2 attack to finish, and the carriers just melt through the Hydra. Fenrack with a nice burrow does manage to get 4 of the Hydra out. But still not knowing about these top 2 bases on the left is very dangerous for Fenrack. Some Hydra burrowed in the middle of the map here. They were on the hotkey with Fenrack's army. And he kind of forgot about them. Could be using these to help him break these rocks. Lots of overlords sitting here in the middle, just gathering around, having a nice cup of coffee, enjoying their days. There we go. He pulls them back. Fenrack putting some workers on his 5th base, gets the gases here. Nice and saturated. Gas is saturated on the 4th as well. With an infestation pit going down and double spire, it looks like Fenrack is looking to move into Hive and possibly go Corruptor and Viper versus this carrier army. Still has a very nice and healthy amount of Hydra. Moving towards the right, looking for this forward base. He moves up, doesn't spot anything. And Fenrack still not knowing about these 2 bases over here. Really needs to make sure that he scouts. And could potentially kill this one. This one seems like PhoenixJoe kind of forgot about as well. He's just sitting here, letting it chill. Meanwhile, he could be saturating it, pulling some of the workers from the main, even some of the workers from the natural, putting it on this base here. Fenrack finally moves in, sees this base, and it looks like he will be able to snipe this as the Hydra move into the mineral line, take out the Nexus. Another Hydra on the left finds this base as well. The mothership, carriers and Tempest. Fenrack's Hydra will get pushed back as PhoenixJoe chases them down and kills about 70% of them. Ooh, some workers being pulled to kill this one Hydra. The Hydra kills a couple of workers as they were away from the shield battery, which is out of energy anyway. Ooh, Fenrack moving in once again. Not sure what he's focusing down here. Oh, he focused on the cannon as the carriers and the Tempest kill the Hydra. And we could see that level 3 upgrades are finishing up for our Protoss player, with the level 2 on the way for our Zerg player. Vipers in production as well. Fenrack's army is looking very, very healthy. This is a lot of corruptors here. And he is on the move. Zealot on the low ground does spot the corruptors moving towards the 3rd base. Alright, and the caustic spray goes down on the Nexus. The Protoss will not be able to get here in time to save this. The Nexus goes down. And that is the biggest mining base for the Protoss. Both players at max supply. But Fenrack has a healthier bank. He has 4,000 minerals and 1,400 gas in the bank compared to the protoss is 1200 minerals and 350 gas. Ooh, Zerglings coming in to clean up some of these buildings as well. Nice little move by Fenrack. Making sure he gets some harassment in. Pulling some drones to these gases as well, making sure that his gas bank can catch up a little bit. He needs to be able to rebuild as many corruptors as fast as possible. Zerglings doing work here. Alright, the corruptors moving in. Ooh, and there's a lot of cannons here. This is not a smart move from Fenrack. He does pull back. And this protoss is looking like this is Brood War level defense here. Seems like the type of stuff you would have on one of the island bases where you're doing air versus air and just have a bunch of cannons and stuff at home to protect you. Fenrack moving in once again, looking for a vulnerable spot in this Protoss's base, but there really isn't any. The most vulnerable would be this frontal area or coming up from the top left and getting behind these cannons. But with the Protoss army sitting right next to it, it's not really a great call there. And this is a lot of High Templar, most of which have full energy, so lots of storms are available. Fenrack finally getting his 3-3 upgrades. The Protoss, already done with 3-3 and has been for a while, is just sitting back, not doing anything. Hurtling up while Fenrack has complete control of the map. Every single base belongs to Fenrack. He has Zerglings burrowed in the only expansions available to the Protoss. Really putting PhoenixJoe on his back heels. The Tempest moving forward, killing some of these spore crawlers that are in production. The Corruptors moving up to compete with them. Ooh, one of the Tempest goes down. Fenrack with the big healthy bank can take trades like that all day long. It is the Protoss that will suffer in the long run. As long as Fenrack is killing units, he has enough money to replace them, or to replace his own. And the creep spread just covers 80% of the map, all the way up to the 3rd base and 4th base locations of the Protoss opponent. The Tempest upgrade, whose name I don't remember at the moment, is in the works. As Fenrack's 3-3 is about to finish up, 8 more Corruptors in production. More spore crawlers going down right outside the Protoss's base. If the Protoss moves out, he has to contend with all the spore crawlers, all of the Corruptors, the Viper. Ooh, Storm's going down, doing lots of damage to the Corruptors. Ooh, Fenrack moving in, snipes the mothership, snipes some of the carriers and the Tempest as well. But the Storms have brought all these Corruptors to no health. More Storms going down. Another Tempest falls. But all of the Corruptors have been killed. And Fenrack immediately rebuilds 41 Corruptors. That huge, healthy mineral bank we were just talking about, that was in the 7,000 or 8,000 minerals, has been reduced to 500 minerals. That was not a favorable trade for Fenrack, but he did kill a few carriers, a few Tempests, and the mothership. So could have been worse. Alright, PhoenixJoe, finally realizing that he kind of needs an economy, decides to move out of his natural base and start some mining with his probes. He's stuck long distance mining at the moment. When these High Templar move forward, start to storm the Corruptors, use feedback on the Viper. But these High Templar moving out away from the air army like that leaves them very vulnerable. If Fenrack had just 10 to 15 Zerglings, 10 to 20 Zerglings, he could potentially surround them all, kill the High Templar, and that would be a devastating loss for the Protoss player. Storms going down again. The Corruptors focusing down the Tempest do get 2 of them. Looks like they're gonna get a third one. Nope, the shield battery saves the third one, and the Corruptors die. Fenrack grabbing another small group of Corruptors, moving them forward. It looks like he wants to attack in small groups and not with all of them at once. Oh, as he moves in with all of them at once, the storm goes down and lots of damage being taken. Ooh, another storm on the Corruptors. Banelings out on the field now are looking to find these High Templar. 3, 4 storms go down. Oh, lots and lots of storms non-stop. All of these Corruptors are super low now. Oh, and the Banelings get hit by the stasis trap, preventing the High Templar from being killed. This is not good for Fenrack, as the High Templar will be pulled back into the natural, and the carriers and the Tempest will just kill all of these Banelings. As soon as they spawn, another stasis trap goes down, trapping 5 of these Banelings, the 5 that were closest to the High Templar. Fenrack moving in once again with his Corruptors, getting stormed. Ooh, taking so much damage. The storms are never ending. There's so many High Templar in the field, and Fenrack cannot compete with all these storms. Fenrack making the decision to move back into Hydra. Neither player has any money. I'm not exactly sure oh, it seems Fenrack just used all of his drones to build spore crawlers and actually isn't mining minerals on a few of these bases. Hydra hitting stasis trap after stasis trap actually works really well to harass, as these Hydra are blocking the expansion of the Protoss player. And the Tempest, little by little, are killing these spore crawlers. Fenrack really needs to either pull them back or push them forward with the army and try to burrow them underneath But at the moment, he's just letting them die one after the other. Six Vipers on the field. But the corruptor count is low. We are down to 12 corruptors, 13 Hydra, and 6 Vipers versus 8 Tempest, 9 Carriers, and 14 High Templar. The Hydra moving in yet again. The Banelings getting caught by the stasis trap, which saves them from the storm. All the Hydra get killed. And these carriers will just kill these Banelings yet again. Once they are no longer in stasis, half of them go down. The other half do manage to burrow, but with the revelation, these will die as well. Nice move by PhoenixJoe. Making sure that he eliminates the threat of the Banelings, as his High Templar storms are just absolutely insane and are doing so much damage to Fenrack's army. Fenrack very smartly is mining out this top left base, the one that the Protoss is most likely to take after this one. There'll be no resources here for the Protoss. Very, very good move by Fenrack, ensuring that his economy is better, that his overall resources are mined better. And the Protoss has no options. Does have these workers just sitting here not really doing anything. He could be mining these minerals or coming up here to mine this gas, but that's all right. A few Ultralisks on the field. Oh, and some of the corruptors get pulled into the Protoss army and go down immediately, as PhoenixJoe just has so many carriers and Tempest in the field still. 4 corruptors will not do anything against this. And a couple of the Ultralisks do die, but get a little bit of damage off on this third base. The Vipers consuming the spore crawlers, getting some energy built up as Ultralisks move in once again to this third base location. The stasis traps doing absolutely nothing versus the Ultra. Ooh, a nice abduct by Fenrack, pulling one of the carriers in, allows the corruptors to focus it down. A second carrier goes down as well, as storms come in and the interceptors are just shredding through all of these corruptors and spore crawlers that are over here. A spore crawler died so quickly. The Tempest anti-building damage and the carrier DPS is super good at killing these spore crawlers. Fenrack, feeling like the Protoss overextended just a little bit, pushes forward with his corruptors, gets one of the carriers. Oh, but a little miscontrol leaves them in the storms a little too long, and a lot of corruptors die. The Tempest finishing one of them off. More storms going down, more corruptors dying. And Fenrack is unable to break his Protoss opponent. Meanwhile, these minerals completely mined out in the top left base. The gas is mined out. In most of these other bases, for Fenrack, he needs to be careful as his bank is decent still, especially compared to the Protoss's 50 minerals and 29 gas. But there's not a lot of resources left on the map. And if Fenrack's not careful, he can run out of money. He keeps sending in small numbers of units that are dying and not really doing a lot of damage. The Ultras maybe got 2 workers there. Not worth it. Another Ultras going in. And this time gets nothing. Fenrack making a big engagement. Pushes forward, gets stormed so many times and doesn't even manage to kill a single Protoss unit. Has to fall back yet again. Ooh, the High Templar pushing forward. Alright, PhoenixJoe is smart. He pulls the High Templar back. Makes sure that they don't get in range of these lurkers. Ooh, and the storms going down on the lurkers. Queen's moving forward to try and kill some of these High Templar as well. And Fenrack just spawned 7 Ultralisk. Seems like Fenrack is sick and tired of all of these High Templar, and he wants to make sure that his Ultralisk get right on top of them and take them out. No more storms for the Protoss would be absolutely fantastic for Fenrack, as he would then have a chance to make these trades much more efficient, as the storm DPS is insane. Drones moving forward. I'm not sure where they're they're going to long distance mine this top right base. Very nice move by Fenrack, once again mining the resources closest to the Protoss, preventing them from doing anything. Ooh, but the cannons on the high ground will kill any drones that try to mine those left mineral patches. And Fenrack is once again on the move. The Corruptors going top left with a bunch of Overseers. The Ultras army just sitting here relaxing. And the Corruptors moving in begin to use the caustic spray on the Nexus, but are forced back as the Protoss engages on the Corruptors. And now the abilities on cooldown. A ton of Ultralisk on the field now. 10 of them to be exact. With some Banelings in production as well. Seems as though Fenrack should be looking to move out and kill these High Templar pretty soon. But with no gas, Fenrack is going to struggle to build anything other than Zerglings. All of these gases at all of these bases are mined out. This one still has some gas, but all of the others are gone. So the only place to mine gas is the one geyser in the bottom right and the 2 in the top left. Which means that if Fenrack loses his Corruptors, that's it. He can't rebuild them. Now with 9,000 resources in the bank, I would hope that Fenrack would max out supply on some Zerglings. Use a few Zerglings to help be meat shields for the Ultralisk. to help close the gap on the High Templar and take those out. But so far, that has not been the case. Ooh, the Corruptor's going in once again. The Storm's going down, doing a bunch of damage. As the Carriers in the Tempest kill the Lurkers that were trying to harass. Oh, the Corruptor's getting stormed 2 more times. And PhoenixJoe is just on top of his defense at the moment. Ooh, a Queen goes down. Now the Queens can be rebuilt. There's 8,800 minerals in the bank for Fenrack, so the Queens are easy to rebuild. The Spore Crawlers, the Spine Crawlers are also pretty easy to rebuild. But he's got to keep these high gas units alive. Alright, here comes the engagement. The Ultralisk and the Banelings moving forward. A little miss micro from Fenrack gets half of his units killed while the other half ran around in a circle. Not the best engagement. The High Templar pushing forward, uses feedback on one of the Vipers. Alright, the Protoss slowly but surely getting some damage in, killing these Spine Crawlers, killing these Spore Crawlers. Ooh, the Vipers pulling one of the Tempest over the Spore Crawlers, but there's not enough here to actually kill it. So all 3 Vipers will go down and the Tempest will simply walk away. These cannons still doing a pretty nice job. 12 kills here, 13 kills here. These are all drones. So 25 workers killed from these 2 cannons. 26, 27, 28. Workers are just dying left and right to these cannons. There's a lot of Spine Crawlers in production. No more Spore Crawlers. Would kind of like to see the Spine Crawlers be pulled up to this northern position and start attacking these gateways. Ooh, a couple of them do kind of move forward. These gases going to mine out very soon, down to 26 and 22 gas respectively. The gas geysers mined out, and that's it. Fenrack no longer has any gas income. This 300 gas is all that is left for a Zerg player. The Protoss also mined out of gas on his main and natural, does still have the gas on the third, however, and some minerals. But both players are very much broke. neither one of them willing to commit to an attack forward. We're going to ×2 this for a little bit, as we are in a very stalemate type of situation. Neither one can really move out. The Protoss is going to try to buy his time, get as many resources as possible to remax. Fenrack not maxed out either, is down to only 9 workers. So the majority of this supply here is in units. He has a little bit of everything: 1 swarm host, 1 lurker, 1 infester, 4 vipers, but only 9 workers in there, mostly on this gas. One of them is mining minerals, the other is mining the gas. Long distance mining, trying to do as much as they can. The Tempest moving forward, killing these spore crawlers and spine crawlers one at a time. Finding small little portions to attack and kill. Put himself ahead. PhoenixJoe doing a really nice job of being patient with his Tempest and his High Templar. Mainly his High Templar, making sure that those do not get caught out and killed by this Baneling Ultrask army. Ooh, storms going down. Fenrack losing some of these corruptors to the Tempest as well. He cannot afford to lose these units. Oh, another one goes down. The lurker trying to kill the gateway here. We'll get the gateway. And the Tempest will snipe the gas. Fenrack just rebuilding it. Continues to mine as many resources as possible. And the lurker's just sitting here doing his best, killing stuff one at a time. Oh, and an overcharge goes down on the shield battery. Oh no, the corruptor's being pulled into the army, taking aggro from the Oracle's Revelation. This is super, super bad for our Zerg player. All of those corruptors being killed has now put Fenrack in a horrible position. His anti-air is almost non-existent. 4 corruptors, 2 queens, and the vipers, in addition to any of the spore crawlers that are on the field. Very, very dangerous position to be in as Fenrack. No resources in the bank to rebuild this. The shield batteries just keeping the cannons alive, not really doing anything, just minding their own business. The cannon does finally go down as the shield batteries run out of energy. But there's still some in the back here that are in range of this cannon, so this is going to take quite some time to finish this off. Fenrack with 10 workers, long distance mining this gas. Another 8 or so mining the minerals. Doing a pretty nice job here. The Protoss player honestly just kind of feels like he's AFK. Could have easily came and killed the lurker much sooner. with any of these Tempests or carriers and prevented any of this stuff from going down. Happy New Year, says Fenrack. He's celebrating the new year off in style with a very long and tedious ZvP versus Skytoss, who still has 14 High Templar. He has had 14 High Templar all game long. Thanks, says PhoenixJoe. Doesn't even say Happy New Year back, just says thanks. How rude is that? Alright, Fenrack moving forward with the lurker. Killing this pylon. Powers down one of the shield batteries in the back. And PhoenixJoe again just sitting here. I'm not sure exactly what the plan is here. This lurker with 12 kills is all in buildings, cannons, pylons, gateways. Oh, and finally a hatchery going down for Fenrack at this top right base. Will allow this base to be mined out a little bit sooner. The cannon finally dead over here, and this base is completely vulnerable. The spine crawlers moving forward. Fenrack finally making some decisive moves here. 3 more lurkers on the field as well. And PhoenixJoe just is unbothered. Just sitting here, relaxing, has his feet up. Enjoying a nice little nap. Ooh, the spore crawler moving in range of the cannons and the Tempest here. Oh, one Broodlord trying to do damage versus these cannons, but with all these shield batteries. Unfortunately, one Broodlord is not enough to take those down. And Fenrack is just sitting in the middle of the map with spore crawlers surrounding his army. A ton of spore crawlers in the only mining base that Fenrack has. The only mining base left on the entire map. Every other base is out of resources. Fenrack killing these cannons. Killing these shield batteries. Could have used the lurkers to really help with this as well. The 4 lurkers seem to be over here with the rest of the army. Yes, there they are. And once again, our one Broodlord doing some damage. It's still there, says Fenrack. Even Fenrack knows that the protoss is just sitting here having a cup of coffee, enjoying his day. Not a care in the world. The spore crawlers and the spine crawlers moving into a forward position yet again. We're going to times what, 4 this now? As it doesn't seem like there's going to be any action for quite some time. Oh, the Broodlord goes down to the Tempest. And that's the end of that. Alright, some Storm Hosts trying to get some damage off. Almost has a good enough count to do it. He probably needs about 5 more to really start breaking these cannons one at a time. Ooh, a Viper pulling the mothership, but the recall does save it. There we go. These cannons going down one at a time here. From the Storm Host, Fenrack taking any small victory he can get, potentially has the chance to focus down these pylons and unpower all of these buildings using those Storm Hosts. Would probably be his best opportunity. Once again, this gas is mined out. Oh, and Fenrack has no workers on the mineral line. Game started a draw, and PhoenixJoe finally went ahead and attacked. Killing one of the buildings does end the draw countdown. Mining resources, killing something. I think those are the only 2 actually. There might be a third one that I cannot remember off the top of my head. Nice, Locust coming in, getting a few of these cannons. And the drones dying a little bit at a time as they try to mine out these resources. And little by little, Fenrack taking down the Protoss base. 1 or 2 cannons at a time. Some of the High Templar were actually turned into Archons as well. Nice, the pylon going down. Fenrack really playing smart with these Storm Hosts. Could potentially focus down this pylon and unpower all of these cannons. In fact, if Fenrack does that and unpowers all of this, this is a very big vulnerability in this spot of the main base. Ooh, the Lurkers doing their best to get some damage in, but the Tempest move forward and do kill them. And PhoenixJoe seems like a very desperate player for wins. Very content on just sitting here, waiting for the Zerg to attack into him, sitting behind cannons and shield batteries. He is willing to win at any cost, even if that means sitting here AFK for an hour and a half until the Zerg loses his patience and decides to go in. Ooh, nice snipe on the pylon. Finally does power these down like we were just talking about. But more pylons being built by PhoenixJoe. Oh, stasis traps, stopping the storm host from killing more cannons. Pretty smart move from PhoenixJoe. Once again, utilizing his spellcasters to their fullest potential. However, Fenrack doing the exact same thing, using the storm host to focus down these pylons. One at a time. Cannons one at a time. The Tempest moving forward, killing some of these spark crawlers. Nice. Stormhost killing some stuff to the top left here. Back into the main again. Nothing goes down this time. The Locusts all just die. But PhoenixJoe is supply locked. Oh, those Locusts found no damage whatsoever. They were flying underneath the mothership. Oh, a nice abduct by Fenrack does kill a Tempest. That's a really nice pick off for our Zerg player. More spark crawlers moving to the bottom right here. The storm host moving to the right as well. 3 cannons go down with that volley. Very nicely done. Fenrack chipping away at this protoss base. Pulls the storm host to the left. Nice, and their shield battery, 2 shield batteries going down actually. And some storms being wasted on the storm host to try to clean those up as fast as possible. Killing the Locust as fast as possible to mitigate how much damage is being taken. Ooh. Fenrack storm hosts are doing a great job of whittling away at his opponent. A cannon goes down, more storms on the Locust. And this is very much looking like this game is starting to favor Fenrack. Ooh, the Locust not really finding any damage here. Could still come to the left, which they're prepared for. Should be able to finish off this base. Very nice from Fenrack. The expansion is dead. The Protoss down to just the one base. Not that it matters, as neither of these players have mined any resources for about an hour now. Nice. Some creep being spread into the natural. The gateway going down, and Fenrack, little by little, is chipping away at the Protoss player. More Locusts in the bottom. Only gets one building when the Tempest looking to move out. Nice. Locust volley here. Once again. And the patience from both of these players is absolutely outstanding. It's a very mentally draining game, as the Protoss just sits in his base doing nothing. It's very annoying for the Zerg player. Who's being forced to attack into the Protoss. Stasis traps and storms, preventing the storm host from killing stuff. And after every volley, the Tempest move out a little bit, kill a Spore Crawler, go back home. And the Locust come and kill something, and the Tempest come and kill something. It's just this little back and forth here. Ooh, these High Templar are very forward. Not under the mothership. If the Locust can make contact with these High Templar, it'd be very dangerous. Ooh, Fenrack with the pull on the Tempest manages to kill that as well. Nice, another pull on the Tempest, and finally it's starting to look like we're gonna have some action here. The Observer goes down. Fenrack making excellent use of these Vipers, being super careful not to bring them in range of the High Templar either, as the High Templar will feedback and eliminate the Vipers as a threat very, very quickly. Locust coming in, trying to focus on the High Templar. It was not the move. And Fenrack is doing his best here. Somehow has 20 minerals and 1 gas. Fenrack spent his money very, very well after mining out almost the entire map. Ooh, and the Void Rays moving forward onto these Spore Crawlers. See what the Vipers do. Oh, a nice Parasitic Bomb goes down, damaging these Void Rays. Only one of them will die though. The rest get repaired by the shield batteries. Another volley going down. Oh, and no vision as the mothership blocks all access to the base. Fenrack trying his best to get the Overseer into position where they can see anything. Manages to find the one pylon, focuses it down. Fenrack not in range. Oh, here we go. Nice. Gets 2, 3 shield batteries, 4 shield batteries. Very nice move. Fenrack using this Overseer very, very wisely. How many Overseers does he have? He has 4 Overseers on the field, so he has to be careful. He can't afford to lose them. And he's doing just that, being super, super safe. Gets more shield batteries. Very, very nicely done from Fenrack. Taking out anything and everything he can at every opportunity. Fenrack doing something with these overlords. I'm not exactly sure what. Just flying around, having a party. Ooh, the Oracle's moving out on the field. This does mean no more stasis traps back at home. And they are going to snipe a hatchery. A couple of the corruptors coming home to try to chase these down, but they're so fast the corruptors cannot keep up. A volley of locust moves forward along with all 4 overseers to ensure that the locust can do any and all damage to these invisible units and buildings. Oh, nice. Parasitic bomb on the oracles does kill one, damages another. Nice. The locust once again picking up a few things. The overseers flying forward, flying back. I don't actually know how long this replay is. We're coming up on the 2-hour mark though. Nice, the locust going forward, trying to get some damage. Don't really do anything as the shield batteries do keep the archons alive. Oh, and the protoss starts to move out, decides he's a chicken, and goes back into his main base. Oh, one of the archons getting low, but not quite going down as the photon overcharge is used on the only shield battery left in this area. And keeps the archon alive. Tempest moving forward. Taking off these spore crawlers one at a time. Fenrack did not react at all. I was kind of expecting some abducts from the Vipers, but nothing was actually used. Alright, here we go. The Tempest moving forward again. Locust going in. Still not finding the damage that he wants. We're also down to only 2 Vipers. Some of them got picked off. So once again, Fenrack has to be super, super careful. There's 20 minerals and 1 gas in the bank. He is not going to be able to rebuild anything. Nice, the Swarm Host. Pick off the Robo. And honestly, if Fenrack can get this 1 shield battery right here, he could start tearing through these Archons and these ground units with these Locusts and really turn the tides of this game. Oh, Fenrack losing one of the Overseers as the Protoss finally begins to move out. This is Fenrack's opportunity. The Broodlord, or the Broodlords, the Banelings and the Ultralisk move forward, killing the Archons. Abducts going down on the Void Rays into the Spore Crawlers, pulling them to their death. Oh, and the Ultralisk can find these High Templar, killing all of those. The last 2 turn into an Archon, but the Ultralisk brings it down to 1 health. The Locust will come in and finish that off, and Fenrack now has a bunch of Spore Crawlers against this Protoss army. Parasitic Bomb going down, doing some damage to these Oracles. The Spore Crawlers doing what they can to kill these Interceptors. Protoss has no money in the bank, so if these Interceptors die, the Carriers will be absolutely useless. Congrats, you found out you have enough, says Fenrack. Oh, as he's gonna lose the Vipers being hunted down. Oh, the Parasitic Bomb goes off, but will not be enough to kill this Void Ray. All of the Queens are dead. All of the anti-air is dead. And Fenrack accepting defeat. Fenrack, thanking his opponent for finally attacking, moving out. I low-key would have liked to see the Swarm host throw some Locusts into the main base from Fenrack and try to base race once this army did move out. But that's alright. Oh, the Tempest focusing down the Viper. And that's going to be it. There's nothing left for Fenrack. We're just going to times 8 this. And hopefully Fenrack wastes as much time as the Protoss wasted. Which is exactly what he does. He chooses not to leave. The Protoss chose not to leave. So Fenrack returns the favor and PhoenixJoe takes the victory. Good try, Fenrack. Very, very hard game to win. The Protoss turtle is very, very strong. Something very difficult to deal with. So excellent try, Fenrack. Hopefully you enjoyed your cast. I look forward to next week's submission, and I will see you then. For those of you who don't know, I do stream on Twitch. You could find the link down below in the description. If you like the video and you like the cast, please comment. Let us know. Tell Fenrack what you thought of his game. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.